Hello everyone and good night. Welcome on in. It's Thursday night and I'm here. It's as I usually am. I don't know why that's surprising to me. Anyway, hi. I hope you're having a good night so far. Welcome on in. Get comfy. We're gonna do some art tonight. So if you've been here before, you already know. But if you haven't, I'll let you know. I'm half of a creative team with my wife Ashley. She is the A in Wagworks GA, and I'm the G. That's Jeff with a G. Anyway, yeah, so she writes, I draw, and together we do kids comics, which a lot of times you'll see us do those here on stream. Tonight I'm going to be working on something a little bit different. But yeah, we make kids comics with some of our other creator friends that we share as CoreToons, which is a group of shorter comics with a little bit of educational content. That's like kindergarten through 5th grade ages. Ashley and I also do some like longer projects. Like we have a few graphic novels that she's written. I've done sample pages for. We've done pages for that are like middle grade, so ages 9 through 12. I also do like slice of life comics, and of course I do video game fan art here too. But yeah, art is generally what you're gonna see here. Yeah, I think that's about it for intro stuff. What's going on tonight? So, yeah, we're into February already, which is nuts. And looking on over at kind of what our list of stuff that's happening for this first half of the year in terms of art, things are going fast. So I've been working on the CoreToons. My goodness, my mouth tonight is not cooperating. Yeah, so I've been working on the CoreToons composting comic. We saw that last week. I've been doing some inking on that in the meantime. I won't be working on that tonight in favor of getting a start on the Lunar New Year piece because that is the 17th. It's 12 days away. So I need to get that going if I want to do it and have it done actually before the Lunar New Year. So that's what we're going to start on tonight. The library D&D piece is coming along. Actually, I can show you all that one too. I was going to do like kind of a summary and show everybody where things are. Maybe I'll hop into that after warm up. I think that's my plan. At any rate, that's where we are. We're in those top 3 items. 1 and 2 are in progress. 3 is what we're starting tonight. So what else is going on? If you watch these videos on YouTube, you may have noticed that there was a lag, a time when nothing showed up. That is because Ashley's been doing that for me well, since the last time that there was a big lag. She took over, has been doing awesome and keeping them flowing regularly, and I offered to take that off of her plate, feeling confident that I could keep the pace going, and I dropped the ball. So I've picked that back up, and you'll notice that a new one posted yesterday. I think we're into this year at least, finally. So, and then another will post tomorrow. We're playing a little bit of catch up. I have, after tonight's stream, I'll have 3 left to post and schedule, but my goal is to, within the next week or so, get everything back up to speed. So hopefully this stream will be posting the Wednesday before my next stream. At least that's the plan. That's what I'm working on. I've made good progress. I've remembered that it was a thing that I needed to do, which honestly sometimes is half the battle for me. So that's coming along. What else? Oh yeah. Fall issue. Oh my gosh. February. The other thing that starts with that. February issue of CoreToons Tribune. I said it right. Whoa. Is out. It released yesterday, I think. We were really excited how that one came together. It was bird themed. Our comic was not bird themed, but a majority of the rest of it was, and that was pretty cool. We had a lot of fun. So yeah, if you are a teacher, I can get you the link to get that a year subscription to that. 6 issues that we do, digital magazine, just for free. We're attaching a value to our work, which is, I feel like, progress for feeling bold about the amount of time that we put into it. I mean, we do put a lot of time into it for basically free. We've been doing CoreToons for 2 years before the digital magazine started. So I think it's a good move to do. It's progress. However, we also don't want to really deprive people, especially since we want to be a tool for teachers in classrooms. We want to make sure any teacher can get it to share with their class. So let me know. I can share that link. We're not particularly particular about checking it. We're just happy to share it, honestly. And I think in the future, after this season, we'd like to find a way, if we continue doing it, we'd like to find a way to make it free for all. But we're talking about the future of what we want to do. The digital magazine is awesome. Every one that we've done, I have been just floored at the quality of, and like kind of looking at it like, oh my gosh, we made that. Really proud of what our team of 4 people has done. We're trying to figure out whether that's the way we want to go, how we want to support the work, how we want to grow the work and the audience, and what we want to be able to provide for people. So we're figuring it all out. Figuring it out. It's good. Okay, that was a lengthy announcement. So what I am going to do now is move on to warm-ups. So, we're gonna do a quick warm-up. What I like to do for my warm-up is we've lately been doing Pokemon fusions, which has been pretty fun. My awesome moderator Frank recommended it, and we've been kind of rolling on with it for a few months now. And for the most part, none of them have been too cursed. For the most part. So my kids might disagree a little bit with some of that, but I haven't found them too disturbing. So we're going to keep going. And to that end, I'm going to bring up the old random Pokemon. Are you serious? You know, if everything just went smoothly, this wouldn't be a me stream, honestly. No. Okay. All right. First off, switch to art mode. Good. That's what it is. Okay, here we are. Random Pokemon generator. So this is a website, randompokemon.com. I didn't make it. I don't own it. But I do find it pretty amazing and wonderful, especially for this purpose. So I'm going to go ahead and click the button, and we're going to get 2 completely random Pokemon of any form, generation, region, legendary, not legendary, all the things. Okay. All right, so we've got Pheasantipity and the Hisuian Quillfish. So this thought it'd be a fun combination. I'm glad that we got some totally unique ones, because there was a while where I was kind of just getting, there were a couple of Pokemon that were repeating a lot, but that's not happening now. So I'm excited about it. All right, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take that down while I go ahead and grab reference real quick. Artists out there, if you're not using reference, you should know you're allowed to use reference. It's okay. Is that even close? Got it. Yes. Boom. All right, drop you in. Adjust that size a little bit down. Label the layer. ahead and do the thing. All right, pull up my next ref. Let's see. All right, drop that guy on in. There we go. Okay, good. Got all that. Labeling layers. Okay, now I am actually ready to start. So, I hope you warm up with me. You are invited to warm up with me. You are encouraged to warm up with me. If you don't want to fuse Pokemon, if you don't even want to draw Pokemon, that's okay. You can draw anything else. I just think art is fun. I think it's cathartic. It is just good for you. So I encourage you to draw literally anything. So we're going to set a 5-minute timer, and here we go. So my usual disclaimer here is this is not going to be anywhere near like a finished piece. That's not the goal. The goal is much simpler. In fact, it's that I sit at a desk job. I am a scientific programmer, meteorologist, research assistant. That's a lot of words during the day. So I don't really do a lot of drawing during my day. I don't really get the chance. I'm a father of 2. I'm a husband. So my days are full of things other than art. So by the time we get here, I can very much use the moment to get a little bit more warmed up and back into things. So I am doing exactly that. So kind of what I got going here, I think I'm going to take the quillfish body and place it in for the pheasantipity body. We're going to add the neck. I might then also round out the head a bit more, make it a bit more spherical and less football shape. Actually, I don't need to do the exact pheasantipity pose. Although it is such a good like smug look that I like that head turn it's got going on. So round out the edge of the beak a little bit, give it some of that quillfish mouth. They actually have very similar things going on in the eyes. So we'll get this little dip here that'll come in underneath. And then I'm just gonna angle this more to look like the angry quillfish eye. Something like that, okay. It's got these crazy eyebrows. And I'm gonna spike them out a bit more because this whole vibe needs to be just a bit spikier. So I'm gonna basically make this wing a large quillfish fin. So it's got that, same thing here. Same thing with this one. So we're gonna, of course, give the body actually some spikes, which I think is, you know, you don't see that in too many birds. We just did a bird issue, so I should really know. All right. The horns I'm gonna straighten out a little bit more. Again, just because, you know, quillfish. Okay, this is getting a little bit cursed, but that's okay. That's okay. That's partially the point of this exercise. Eventually get there. One of the Pokemon will eventually get there. I'm gonna give similar design, but I'm gonna sharpen it out. Everything about this design needs to be just sharper, a little angrier, edgier, just to carry in that quillfish. Got something like that. And the tail will start to come down a little bit and taper, but then I think what we'll have the tail do is fan out to that big quillfish situation with like the ring. We'll actually do this. We'll incorporate the stripe that's already there. Let these kind of sharpish tail feathers be in there, and then we just need legs, which I feel pretty good just keeping its legs as is. I'm gonna shrink this down to give myself a little more room for the legs so that I don't make them stubby. I think I'm just gonna make them much sharper. Okay, that is time. Hey Frank, how's it going? I hope you're having a delightful evening so far. I'm just gonna finish. This is my stream, I make the rules. Do I give it leg spikes? I think I do. I think I give it symmetric leg spikes because why not? Stub down this beak even a little bit more. Okay, yes, just a little bit cursed, just a little bit. All right, you know what? I will take it. I'm good with this. This is all right. Maybe Frank just dropped in to say you and disappear, much like a ninja. Actually, that kind of reminds me of Daisy. Haven't heard from her in a while. Hope she's doing all right. I'm saving this. That's what I'm doing right now, just FYI. Today was the 5th? Yeah. I know what day it is. But not what year, apparently. Okay. Okay. Gross. And gross. Okay. Good deal. Solid contribution, Frank. But hey, what's up? All right. So save this. So I did the art list earlier. Let's go ahead. I'll show you where things are at with the first 2 items on the list. Always getting bullied by Fallen. I don't know, man. I am waiting for her to pop in and tell the actual situation, but unless she's just tired and you're taking advantage of the situation. Always possible. So yeah, the first thing on my list, I haven't said a word in like 5 minutes. Yes, the silent treatment. I'm just kidding. That's So yeah, I've been inking pretty busily, trying to get this one going. This is our comic for the April issue of CoreToons, follow up on our composting. I'm just playing him. See, she's pulling. I mean, maybe that's fine. I don't know. I am proud. I did. So, you know, our CoreToons logo is the worm coming out of the apple core. So I made sure to throw in a little hidden wink in there. Anyway, I'm pretty happy with how the inking is coming so far. Yeah, I feel like in terms of just the ink work, this is one of my favorites I've done. So yeah, that's coming. It's coming along. And the other one that was number 2 on the list was working on the D&D campaign art, which that one is also coming along. Although it's I've been trying to push CoreToons stuff recently, so I haven't gotten quite as far on that one, but I'll bring that guy up. This is the character I'm working on right now. But, you know, I've got these characters complete. This is the front row. And I've got, I counted, and if you count familiars, including these little sheep fairies, I've got 23 characters in this thing. So it's, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 out of 23. It's coming. It's slow, but it's coming. So yeah, I've just gotten flats, and I've only started shading on this druid. But that's where we're at. Barely. Yeah, so that's progress. So what we're doing tonight, one of our kids is adopted from China. So as part of that, we try to celebrate, you know, some Chinese traditions, incorporate a little bit of that into our family. Obviously, the big one, and probably the easiest one to incorporate, is the Lunar New Year, which is coming up on February 17th. We are moving into the year of the horse. The element is fire, so fire horse. So all you Ponyta fans, yeah, yep, we have one biological and one adopted child. Wait, that's your birthday? That's cool. I didn't know. All right, let's do close that. So, I've in the past years. Nice. Fallen always forgets. Isn't this your first birthday that she's been your girlfriend? Anyway, yeah, since 2020, I've been doing these illustrations. This is more when I was trying to do picture book stuff, when Ashley and I were working on that. So I was trying to do more of the painterly style. This is not my natural style, so it takes a lot of work for me to do this. But I was pretty happy with how this one came out. This was for 2020 Year of the Rat. Then tried to keep it mostly, you can see I'm starting to get more cartoony, which is my natural style, for 21 for Year of the Ox. And then I just gave up and went full cartoon in 22 for Year of the Tiger, Year of the Rabbit in 23, Year of the Dragon in 24, and then Year of the Snake was 2025 last year. So that's what I've got so far. So we're doing a horse, and every artist's favorite animal to draw. Some of these I know I've done a little bit more anthropomorphic, others less so. I am a little afraid of how this is gonna come out. 2 years, 5 months. Holy moly, Frank. Holy moly. Thank you. Thank you for following. Thanks for sticking around. Being an awesome mod. Subbing, like, you just... Thanks for your support. I appreciate it. You are a big part of what keeps this fun. Gonna say it. Would I probably still be streaming? Even if you didn't show up? Probably. I like doing it, but it wouldn't be nearly as fun. Yes. All right, let's start this guy. I don't know what I want to do yet. So, you can add text as vector lines that you draw. If you add text, it will show up as its own special text layer and clip. I do not forget. Yeah, text layers are their own layer in Clip Studio Paint. And it's not like Illustrator. Like, I did like my little bit of experience with Illustrator when you could just take a text layer and convert it to vector, and it converted pretty much perfectly. That's not, you know what? Let's just do it. So I'm gonna add text. And we'll make it larger. Let's just, oh, I need to select it. Oh, you have to scale up the panel. Jeff said I walk right into these things every single time. Okay, so I'm gonna use the convert menu here. Convert layer, which you probably can't see the window up there. Maybe I can make that show up. How do I do that? If I just pick literally any of these windows, maybe? Yeah. Nope, that's wrong. Okay, so you can see my options here. So just call it vector. I want to convert it to a vector layer. Expression mode, blending normal, vector settings. So now you could, in theory, mess around with this to get it just right. So here's the density if you're doing like anti-aliasing, things like that. So I'm gonna set it to 50. I don't want to include white. I'm gonna export it all in black. How much correction factor do I want? I want it pretty low. Maximum line width, 35 pixels. Okay, maybe I can do it bigger. We're just gonna see what happens. Oh, Jeff, watch it. So I made the lines pretty thick, and it actually came out okay because it converted it like this. But it does look a little rough, if you know what I'm saying. It's not quite right. I think you can make it even more jank. Actually, let's try doing it with really tiny line widths and see if it just outlines it. Let's just see if it outlines it. All right, maximum line width of 5. I mean, can't you just clear out the text and rewrite it? Wouldn't that be the easier thing to do? I'm just gonna test this now. Wait, what? Okay, it kind of just did the same thing, which I'm surprised. That's better than I expected, honestly. Oh, it's a lot of text. Okay, gotcha. Well, yeah, I mean, you could do that in scale up, and you might just have to clean it up a little bit. All right, I'm just gonna clear these guys out. All right, I need to mess about a bit. I did just download this absolutely free horse 3D model. Let's just see what happens. I need to turn off that navigator window too, don't I? Yeah, just in case. Wait, can you not? Can you not? Can you see the horse? Can you not see the horse? I don't see it in my OBS. What is... This is so weird. The horse... Oh my gosh. What is happening? The 3D mod... Okay. I'm not making it up. There is a horse here. If I rasterize it, does it show up? There. This is what's there. I rasterized it, so it showed up. But it seems like it treats the model as if it's in its own separate window. Oh, this is interesting. This is very interesting. I'm gonna unrasterize it. So what happens if I turn... Wait, can you still see it? Oh, but it doesn't change. What? Oh, this is really interesting how it's doing the rendering. I've actually adjusted the model and turned the horse around, and it does not. Oh, this is so fascinating. Yep, that's not what I wanted. Oh, goodness gracious. So if you can see, like, if I've been messing with it. So if I rasterize now, suddenly we're here. That's so weird. That's so weird. Also cool, but weird. I don't know why it does that. Oh my gosh. Oh no, what am I doing? Why? I made it worse. 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 I wish you could see what I'm laughing like a maniac at. But no. Okay. I'm trying to do just like kind of a rough pose. Please. Okay, this is very rough. Please ignore back leg. Something is very wrong. Something is very wrong, and I know it, and that's okay. The horse is fine. The horse is fine. Just don't worry about it. Don't worry about the horse. Also, Fallen, I didn't even say hi to you. Hi! Good to see you. I hope you're having a good day. How you doing? Yeah, that's weird. Okay, all right. I know, what is wrong with me? Where are my manners? Sorry, Fallen. Okay. I'm just kind of playing around with some ideas. Horses are hard, so please bear with me. I'm just kind of trying to rough in a shape here, so I can kind of be thinking about this. You're doing text at a 1-point font? Is that... Source. Is that readable? Even? That seems like that shouldn't be readable. Wow, this is a ginormous neck. No, that's not how it hoofs. That's not how it should be hoofing. More like that, but less broken-ish. Your normal dialogue text is 4. Wow, okay. I didn't realize that. But I guess, yeah, if you're doing like web resolution JPEGs, those are actually pretty tiny. Something's not right with what I'm doing here. That's does not connect here. I guess that would be the rest of the chest. And here's like bottom of horse. Okay, yeah, this is... Listen, the horse is okay. It's the error is in my skill. It's not... The horse is fine. The horse is fine. In fact, it's gonna even, you know, be like, wee, look at me. Look how cool I am. I'm a great horse that Chef drew. Woo. I'm not broken. I'm not terrifying. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. It's fine. You know, because this upcoming year is like the year of the fire horse, there's a part of me that's like, why don't I just draw like a ponyta and be done with it? It's pretty much, you know, perfect. Rapid dash, you know, that's what we do. Whee, look at that. Beautiful horse. All done. Perfect. Oh gosh, that's terrifying. Why? No. Make it go away. Actually, I should probably keep that, but just get rid of that. Okay. It looks fine. It doesn't look fine here. Oh, okay. Yeah, this is going great, guys. This is going awesome. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to actually just use reference. I'm going to use reference. That is the better thing to do. 3D models can be great for those who use them frequently. I do not, so I am just I prefer to use reference, so I'm gonna do that right now. So here's a reference. It's a very large reference. I drew this majestic beast. Looks pretty solid though, right? Right, that's a little bit of what I'm going for. And what I always recommend is, if you're doing reference, do a bunch of reference, because the more different things that you reference, the less you are copying and the more you're actually using reference to assess like the structure of what you're trying to draw. Yeah, I mean, that's not my own advice. That is drawing advice that I've heard from a number of different art sources, and I've come to appreciate the wisdom of it. Oh, that's smaller. Okay, that's pretty good. All right. So Ashley had a really good idea for this. Like I'd gone with food ones for a while, and then like I switched it up with the snake, with the firecrackers last year, and I think getting away from just the traditional foods is good. So I'm trying to. Ashley recommended I do. With the red envelopes, like it's got a satchel of red envelopes. I thought that was a cool idea. So that's what I'm doing, I think. Just trying to get kind of the posing right and figure out how much I'm going to anthropomorphize. The other ones, again, not super duper, but like I feel like it could be weird with a horse, since I'm not that confident in horses anyway. Which, by the way, I'm just going to be comfortable in saying I'm not that comfortable with drawing horses. This could be real interesting, y'all. I apologize if any nightmares happen. I like the socks here. Leg warmers, I guess. Heard of horseshoes, what about horse socks? Yeah. So I'm gonna label some layers here because I've been lazy. References in a folder, make things a little easier on myself. I'm gonna turn on time lapse, perhaps against my better judgment. Alright, gonna go to my sketch layer. So right now I'm just gonna do some rough gestural stuff because I need to get a feel for what I want to do here. Yep, that's not the sketch layer. Ah! Just kidding. New sketch layer. Sketch 2. Sketch 2, here we are. Okay. You know, honestly, it kind of just looks like a dinosaur right now. Which, if it turns out that this somehow salvages and looks like a horse still at the end, I'm going to have some real interesting feelings about the fact that horses and dinosaurs share that much similarity. You know what? I don't think the neck might need to be a little bit longer, and the head might be even. Well, the head might be okay in size. Actually, okay. Let's do this. Don't worry, the horse is fine. Everything's fine. All right, so. You know what? Just gonna clear that out. So we know the neck needs to be actually a bit thicker. So there's that, and a bit longer. I think one of the things that I didn't think about was how long a horse's neck actually is. Okay, we'll do that. Bring the head back in. I might actually make the head a little smaller. Does that seem... No, that was incorrect. Incorrect choice, Jeff. All right, that's pretty good. I feel like we have some vaguely horse adjacent vibes now. I think what's a little bit hard is the fact that I actually want to make this a little more human-like. Okay, I'll come back to that in a second. Let's get this part right first. Okay, this is a similar pose. And honestly, this could have been a much quicker gestural sketch, but in all honesty, okay, not the worst. Legs are a bit stubby, I think. Need to be longer. Let's clean that up a little bit over here. Oh my goodness. Full disclaimer again, I'm not an expert at drawing horses. Bless me, I'm trying my best. Okay, I don't like that leg. That's not... Something's not quite right there. The rest of it, I'm almost buying as horse or horse adjacent. That looks like he's making some weird symbol. So no on that. Real cool. Nice, thanks, Frank. Thanks for getting that. Ah, gotcha. Well, say hey. I know she's watched the stream once or twice before, so. Okay, so not quite. It's first up, let's look at how the core of the body is shaped. It's more, it's actually a little bit of a bean we got going on for the body. Actually, it's a long bean. We do kind of there, almost triangles here for the legs, and then that, and then the head. So like a brow ridge, and then it's mostly straight, and then kind of just gracefully narrows up there. That is too large. Actually, let's do that, and then let's shrink it. just the slightest of, it comes here. Honestly, let's like, if I'm doing the head, so we're, it is actually a little bit larger at the end, okay. We got a nice graceful curve on the neck. That's not quite right. But center line is like there. And the main body is actually, here's the bean. Okay, there's the bean for the body. All right. Also, artists, please do remember, if you're studying how to do something, there is nothing wrong with tracing. This is not my final drawing. This is not even going to be a part of the drawing. This is just me figuring out how a horse is put together. That sounds terrible. That's not, it's not. Nothing diabolical. Nothing diabolical is happening here. There's that, and then, you know, tail go here. Maybe mane go here. Ears. So actually the center line of that neck is like there. Oop, that's a ginormous erasure for this. Okay, so if I turn off reference, this is what I've got. It really is just kind of a bean for the body. Then I guess the center line would actually come up the neck like that. Okay. I can see a little bit of what I was doing wrong here. Not perfect, but closer. Yeah, okay. Okay. Let's do a couple more. So we draw our bean. Let's look at that good bean. Then the neck comes in like this. And then here's that same head shape. Does have a pronounced brow ridge on this one. I am in a little bit of a way trying to figure out how would I tell, like I love doing the how to draw for birds for CoreToons, which you in the stream archives if you want to see me working on that one, that's out there. But it was really fun doing that, and I thought it was cool kind of examining how things are put together, how, you know, and how you could basically make any bird by just combining a few simple shapes. So I'm trying to think, like, how do I simplify this? Like, what are the shapes that I simplify a horse into to explain this to like a kindergartner? so they could draw it, right? Okay, that's not fair. That's not fair to the horse. Tail go here. Okay, turn off reference. Nope, that's the wrong thing. Turn off reference. And the center line actually is still gonna come through here a little bit. The head shape is seeming like the trickiest part. Tapers pretty quickly, actually. And the eye would go. Okay. I'm trying to figure out how to get this a little bit more cartoony. It's so weird. Nope. That's not it. That's not it. That's not it. Okay, so it's about 11 o'clock, which is a good time for me to take a quick break. So that's what I'm going to do. We're going to break for 2 to 5-ish minutes. So I can go to the bathroom, get some water, all that stuff. I'm going to run a quick 1-minute ad break, and then I'll be back and we'll get right back to it. So I'll see you guys in a few. Enjoy the break. All right, we're back. Let's get back at this. Yeah, still trying to get this just right. Or get this not terrifying. Might be the other version of it. So, conclusion of reference studies so far. Horse equals bean. Very important. Excuse me. Please see evidence of horse bean. Horse bean is good. Horse bean is friend. I don't really know what I'm saying right now. I'm just kind of rambling. It's fine. You guys don't mind, right? Like the Deckard Cain of Twitch. Stay a while and listen. Yes, yes. Beautiful horsehair. Yes, yes. Very beautiful. So beautiful. Testing out my bean theory. Bean. 3D. Neck. Check. I'm not just going to trace horses forever, but I am finding this exercise very useful right now to figure out what I want to do. Bean theory is good theory. Okay. Bean again. Neck. Okay, any more horse beans? One more horse bean. Okay, horse bean. Basically a triangle. Circle. Line. Circle? Is that right? Is that simple? Neckline is here. Okay. It's not quite that simple. But honestly, I'm feeling like I understand this shape much better. Now, when I start actually doing my sketches without just tracing over an actual horse picture, it's going to not look good. I know this. And that's okay. That's okay. It's fine. Yeah, that horse head not quite as compelling. I tried to simplify that, I think, more than I should have. So we got this kind of... Here's the brow line is here, eye level's here, nose is here, mouth is here. gotta figure out this ear thing. So the eye thing rather. Yeah. Oh, it's the eyes. The eyes are funny. Let's try more funny eyes. I'm just having a good time now, honestly. This could actually work a little bit if you just dramatize the eye ridge there. If I wanted to cartoon it up. It's not the worst. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. If you think it's the actual worst, please let me know, so I can stop. Stop crimes against horsemanity. Let's look at let's look at their hair. Let's look at their look at their hair. All right. If I turn this off, yeah, it really only starts from about just in front of the ears, right? And that one's really hard to tell. That one, yep, right between the ears, right between the ears. Yeah, yeah. Okay. So it really starts. Okay, not the worst. Not the worst. Not the best, but not the worst. So, using what we've learned, I'm just gonna start with the bean. A little bit smaller on the back half than the front. Bean. Find the center line. Neck attaches here. Something like that. So there is like a little bit of a circle situation for the head, but really it's okay, we're getting there. So yeah, if we do that, so then I can actually bring this up higher. No, that went south. It was so promising at first, and then it just went south. I am looking a little bit at this one reference on the far left here. I wanted to do the legs a little bit different, but that is not quite coming out. Okay. This might actually be getting closer to the level of cartooniness that I want. And it doesn't look super freaky, so I'm very excited about that. Although I do need to remember that, like, the mouth actually, is it like that? Because, like, hold on a second, I do need to check this. The mouth doesn't go back that far. That's my mistake. So if I add another reference here, I'm gonna do one more because I think I see a good one. Even that. Yeah. Okay. I think this shows it pretty well. Okay. Yeah. You can see the mouth doesn't go that far back. That's what I'm doing wrong. That's why that looks weird. This looks weird because this is wrong. This is not how horse mouth work. It is low. Okay, that's not terrible. That's not terrible. All right. All right. All right. So, let us... So that's weird. See, that's what's... this is what's hard. This is what's hard. Why so serious? All right. Something like that. Nope, that's too high. Because the brow line would come around here, so. So, it turns out this is two. Also, this is two. There we go. That was too short on that part. Okay, it's not quite there. It's not quite there, but it's better. It's better. It's better. Do I need to go like full dad mode and be like, go to sleep? That's not really what I say to my kids. That doesn't help anything, honestly. Those legs are not right. Oh, those legs are so not right. That you saw nothing. You saw nothing. Everything is fine. Okay. Just a moment. Alright, we're good. Speaking of kids, needed to make sure a kid was indeed happily asleep. Hopefully they're happy. I don't really know. They're sleeping. They can't tell me. Brow ridge. Good night, Fallen. Hope you get a good rest. This is almost there. This is better. It's not as creepy as the other ones. At least that's what I think. Nice, Frank. I've almost learned how to draw a horse that isn't terrifying to man and child. Almost. Almost. Oh, the vector text probably when you scaled it looked interesting. Yep, that often happens. That often happens. Kind of depends on font and phase of the moon and all that stuff. Okay. There's a lot of horses. Sorry, Frank. So, but wait. It's if they're text layers, right? They are actual text layers and not raster. Like, can you just copy and paste the text with that, like, to replace it at a higher size? Wouldn't that technically, I know you said it's a lot of text, but maybe by doing that. Right, I mean just like literally copy and paste all the text wholesale to like Notepad or wherever, and then and then scale up the image with the text cleared out, and then put in a fresh text layer, but with just pasting it in, so it's much faster. Okay. Yeah, I mean, really, the correct answer is whatever actually works for you. Okay, so I feel like somewhere along the lines of these three are actually, it's pretty solid. It's okay. So. I should put these in reference. Bleh. Bleh. So the kind of like one second. What I want is for them to be wearing a hat. Why do I want a horse to be wearing a hat? Because I feel like the pose is much cuter if I have them like adjusting the hat, but there's not like, just like a baseball cap doesn't really read very like Lunar New Year ish. Because like the human pose would be something like, I would have them like, you know, holding onto their letter bag here, red envelopes, you know, trailing along, something like that. And then they have like their hat, maybe like holding that. Well, you know, something like that, like something kind of cheeky and cute. It doesn't have to be winking per se, just something to that effect. Fallen, I'll try to remember to remind Frank to check his text. If you're asleep at the end of stream, I will try to remind Frank. Not that that's technically my place, but I'm happy to do so if that is something that would be useful. Actually, the teeth kind of make it better. Okay. Well then, yes, I will try to remind Frank as well, if that's helpful. Or you can just tell me to mind my own business, and I can do that too, mostly. How does the horse look blinking? Winking? Well, if you can't see the other eye, that becomes a problem. So then, then it's just like you can't tell if it's winking or blinking or like, you know, So maybe elongate that a little bit to give it more of a brow ridge on for a bigger eye. Something like that. I can't not smile while I'm drawing somebody or something smiling, so if my face is doing things, that's why. I can't help it. It's just my face being my face. It's what I do. Okay, I feel like I'm arriving at something that I actually kind of like, which is very, very exciting to me. Much better than the broken horse that we started with. Okay. Can I do it? Can I take all this? Okay. So I like this. Copy and paste you. I like this idea. Copy and paste you. Whoop. No, copy and paste you. Okay. And then we'll just get one horse bean. Copy and paste you. Okay. Here you go. Just abstracting things one more level away from any of the reference, by getting some sketches and then now working off of the sketches that I actually liked. Merge. Sketch reference. Okay, here we go. Let's see what we got. So I can exaggerate the proportions a little bit more to make it just slightly more cartoony and give it a little bit of that human-y feel. But not quite so much that it is terribly off-putting. So I do like that pose, but I want it to be more running. Maybe have these do more like this. So maybe instead of adjusting a hat, I will just have them, okay, this needs to be a little bit flatter because the neck needs to basically be an extension of this line. Maybe I'll just have them holding a letter in their hoof. Okay, that's gonna be fun and interesting. It's gonna be something like that. Actually, hold on. First things first, I need to get a few more things in place here. Bring that brow ridge in. Okay, nope. There we go. Yeah. That needs to be a little more like that. That's okay. All right. We're getting there, guys. We're getting there. So draw eyebrow ridge up there. Like that. Actually, hold up. Let's look at our roughs. When they run, ears are, no, ears up there, ears up there, ears up there. Okay, so ears are up when they run. Okay. I am excited that we have gotten this far, and I haven't gotten frustrated and deleted it all yet. So, not gonna get overconfident, but we're doing okay. We're doing okay. Actually, so the neckline would be more there than there. So I'm gonna clear you out so I don't get confused, which, you know, never happens. Okay. Doing okay. Now the interesting part. Arms attached here. Now, here's where I have to make the choice. How much do I anthropomorphize this? Because if I wanted to do it the way that I really wanted to, the elbows have to bend in a way that is very unnatural for a horse. But if I wanted to imply, you know, give them a little more human traits and give them a little more like that, I could, which I've done with all the other Lunar New Year stuff. Now, I could do it something like this with the red envelope. Somehow holding it in between the hoof. Oh gosh, that looks really weird. Yeah, we're in a weird territory here. We're in a weird territory. Nice. Did you want to share now, or do you want to wait a few minutes? Okay. Might give this guy, so yeah, I'll give them, let the main flow, 1, to show speed, 2, if I can make it just be a little fire-like, that captures the year of the fire horse. I think that's cool. So I was gonna give it like a messenger bag, which would have all the red envelopes in it. For those of you, if you don't know about the tradition, at least as I've come to understand it, and keep in mind this is a Westerner trying to learn about it for you know, for the purpose of celebrating with family and celebrating the culture of an adopted kiddo. You know, the red envelopes are presented to kids on the Lunar New Year as a gift. Typically, they contain money, which is what we do. Wrong brush. There we go. There's a lot more to the Lunar New Year than just the red envelope, just to be clear. But it is one major element, especially for the kiddos. I'm not sure how I feel about this. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe even rotate this leg out a little bit further. I like this one a little bit thicker than... Let's darken over this a little bit just to clean up some of the lines. And once I do that, I'll switch over, we'll do share time and wrap it up. Gonna aim to be pretty close to midnight here tonight when we wrap up. We're on a little bit of an earlier schedule this week, so would like to be able to keep that. Horses do not have shoulders like this, and it feels really weird and unwieldy drawing it like this. So I'm not sure if this is going to be the way that I keep this. Even though it kind of accomplishes the pose that I wanted to do, it if it's just too unnatural, I can't keep with it. Even though I've, you know, largely anthropomorphized and put the other animals in more human-ish positions. I could do that's why I wanted to do the leg warmer type things on there, so I was gonna get them their lucky red. Okay, actually, not quite as creepy as I was worried it was gonna be. And I was gonna add some envelopes kind of fluttering along behind it. Pony Express. Why did I not think of that? Oh my gosh. Frank. That's delightful. So maybe we're like that. Make the neck a little bit. Okay, you know what? This could have been so much more horrifying. I'm actually pretty excited about how this came along. Okay. Really, I've got a good thumbnail possibly to work with. I'm gonna show it to Ashley, see what she thinks, show it to the kids, see if they scream in horror. And then we'll finish this next week. That's why I started this week on this. So I had another stream to finish it before the actual Lunar New Year. So we'll be finishing it next week, which is what, the 12th? So about 5 days before. Yeah, it's Tuesday the 17th / Frank Day. So yeah, all right, cool. I'm gonna save this. Real quick, and then we're gonna hop over to share time. Okay. Saved. Look at us go. All right. So that concludes art time for tonight. Beep. Let's check it out. And by check it out, I mean Frank's comic. Okay. Sorry, I previewed it. There we go. Okay. I knew I had it in here somewhere. All right. Cool. Here we go. I like that we're continuing this goose in IT assistance theme. Yeah. What did you end up doing for the text? You just redrew it by hand? Because it looks really good. It came through really clear. Just redrew it. Yeah, it looks good. I just like the disgruntled look on Goose's face in panel 2 just as soon as the email comes in. Also, I appreciate that you did the You Got Mail thing, even though AOL hasn't been a thing for a while. Is this... He was enjoying his coffee. I mean, yeah, fair. As you do. As you do. How's it been going lately? Any... Us young people know it from cartoons. True. It was just so iconic. You know, it's lived on. But yeah, how's any better luck with things? Any luck with job search? That is you at work. Fair. No luck. Sorry. Hey, congratulations. Happy vacation. It was actually funny. I was in a critique group earlier today, like during my lunch break. You think you're gonna be sick in a couple weeks? Yeah, sometimes you can just feel it coming on, right? And like two of the other people on the call are like full-time freelance illustrators. Gotta use that sick time before you find a better job. Fair. I mean, sick time accumulates. It really does. And quickly. Anyway, yeah, so they're freelancers as illustrators, and one does like architectural design as well, right? And they actually do some 3D modeling of like architectural stuff in to be like in Blender that can be used in, or not Blender. They might actually use SketchUp or Blender. I can't remember which. Anyway, they export it so you can use it in Clip, right? And both of them were just like, "Oh, I feel bad for all you folks who have to work a regular job." I was like, "What?" Because I a lot of times I feel lucky just to have it and not have to be searching. It's interesting. It was an interesting, different perspective, which I thought was cool. But so, anything else you wanted to add about the comic before I wrap up the share time? Nothing to add? All right. Cool. Well, I think that brings us about to the end, yeah? I have not. Rebel Loon? I'm not really familiar. Okay, yeah. Oh. that makes sense. Makes lots of sense. It makes a loon into the Rebel Alliance symbol. I like it. That's fun. Maybe I'll have to look that up. Oh yeah, it's out there. Wow, that's really well done. Like a bunch of them, quite a few different ones, but some of these look like they should be like team logos. People are getting tattoos. Makes sense. Yeah, some very solid logo design coming like in here on all of these. It's really well thought out. Definitely fits it. Wow. Yeah, no, I hadn't even heard of this. No, it is a cool way. I like it, you know. Art is a really good vehicle for that kind of thing a lot of the time. I think it's yeah, it's crazy what's been going on in Minnesota. Like, just who would have thought Minnesota hopefully it is on the way to getting better, because it does not seem like a sustainable situation. But yeah, anyway, that's yeah, I hope so as well. I hope Fallen hasn't been too badly impacted by it all. I mean, just with everything between the presence there, like, and the road closures, it looks like, and also the protests and everything, it seems like it may be just harder to get around and do what you need to do. But it's cool. That's a really cool design. Thanks for sharing that. It was interesting. But yeah, so yeah, I think that it's about midnight, so I think it's about time to wrap it on up. Yeah, thanks everybody for hanging out. Yeah, me too. Yes, I want to see that. Absolutely. Absolutely. But yeah, hey, I appreciate everyone hanging out. If you'd like to see more, I will be back next Thursday night, 10 p.m. Eastern. That is my usual time. If you'd like to see older stuff, you can always check out our YouTube channel, WagWorksGA, over there on YouTube. Thank you, Frank. You can also see some of our work at Instagram, although we're kind of Instagram dead right now. That's okay. Someday we'll come back. Maybe. Probably. Maybe. But yes, you should, you know, who's not dead is Frank, and you should go check out Frank on Instagram at Loosey Goosey Comic, because it's fun. As you saw, you see his comics. They're awesome. It's fun. Enjoy it. Go check out Frank. You can also, you know, watch the VODs here on Twitch for the limited time that they're available. But yeah, the whole archive of everything since like even my first stream is over there on YouTube. If for some reason you feel compelled to see that, and I've got a couple of other videos. I'm trying to get a little bit more non-stream videos on there, but there's not a lot of time to do editing. So, like Ashley did one of like the kind of a highlight reel for the Sonic blanket that we did for GDQ. Was that last year? Maybe the year before. And then I did one just recently of my my favorite pieces from last year. Just a short for that, but we're working on it. It's good. Anyway, I will be continuing to backfill the YouTube channel. I missed a few, so I'll have 3 streams after tonight to catch up on. but it's been worse. So we'll get there. We'll get there. Also, speaking of Frank, if I could just type, you know, fast enough, you should follow him. He streams too, and you should follow him and go check out his channel when he goes live. Because not only is he a great mod, but he's fun to watch. Wait, what? What did I do? Did I get that wrong? Why am I bad? Oh, I don't know. Just saying it. You old. I'm older than I used to be. But not yet as old as I hope to someday be. Okay, cut transmission. Yeah, I think we've hit that point. Thank you, everybody. I appreciate you being here. It's really fun to get to share this time with you. So just thank you. And I hope to see you all again soon. So, Frank, have a good week. Enjoy your vacation time. Yeah. Thanks for being here. And yeah, I guess I'll just see y'all next week. Thanks. Bye.
Boom.